Alright, what's up everybody? Brian here, and this is my WWE Evolution review for tonight's first ever WWE All Women's Pay-Per-View. So let's get right into it. Overall, my thoughts on tonight's show was, I actually thought it was a pretty decent show. There were 2 or 3 good matches on this card. Considering there was not that much hype around it, but it did live up to some expectations for it being just an all-women's pay-per-view and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. We started off with the tag team match between Trish Stratus and Lita taking on Mickie James and Alicia Fox. Of course, Alicia Fox was replacing the injured Alexa Bliss. The match was decent. It wasn't that bad. There was kind of a screw up at I don't know if you would call it a screw up or a botch at the near the end of the match. Trish Stratus hit the Stratus faction on Mickie James, and the referee counted 1, 2. And from the looks of when they showed the replay, it looked like Mickie James was not kicking out of that, but the referee stopped the count, and then Alicia Fox broke it up. So it was kind of that kind of screw up near the beginning or near the end of it. But Trish Stratus would pick up the win for her team with the kick to Mickie, and that finished off Mickie James. I'm sorry guys if my attention is drawn otherwise. I'm watching this House Party Halloween thing they had after the show. So let's get back to the review. The second match of the night, and I need quickly glasses here. Sorry about that, guys. The second match of the night was the 20-woman battle royal to determine who's going to get a future shot at the women's championship. There were a slew of women superstars in this battle royal from the past as well as the present. From the past, you had Michelle McCool, you had Alundra Blaze, Molly Holly, Ivory, Tori Wilson, Maria, just to name a few. And then you had of course, the women from now, from both Raw and Smackdown, participating. It came down to Nia Jax and Ember Moon as the final 2, and Nia Jax would eliminate Ember Moon over the top rope, and thus winning the Battle Royal. She will now get a future opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship, and I'll get into that one in just a moment. But a big congratulations go out to Nia Jax for winning that Battle Royal tonight at Evolution. The third match was the finals of the Mae Young Classic. It was Toni Storm taking on Io Shirai. This one was a really great matchup between 2 really great in-ring competitors. Basically, it was back and forth. There was a lot of action in this matchup. Both women gave it their all. In the end, it was Toni Storm finishing off Io Shirai. I believe it was called the Stormcatcher or something like that. I don't remember the name of her finishing move. It was like a tiger suplex kind of a deal. So, not a tiger suplex, but like a whatever. Like I said, I don't remember the name of it, but if anybody does, please leave in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. But she hit that move twice, and the second time was enough to keep Io Shirai down after Io Shirai missed a moonsault and then Toni Storm got her knees up and then hit that her finishing move. So that was a pretty great matchup between 2 formidable opponents. hopefully, maybe sometime down the road we'll see these two face off again, but we'll have to wait and see. So, big congratulations to both women, to Toni Storm for winning the tournament, and to Io Shirai for, making it to the finals. Even though she didn't win, she still gave it her all. So, big congratulations go out to both of them. The fourth match was the Riot Squad taking on Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya. This one was a pretty decent matchup. Nothing really spectacular, except for the ending where Bayley and Sasha paid homage to two of their favorites, both the late great Eddie Guerrero and Randy Savage. They finished off Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad. Bayley hit the top rope elbow drop, obviously paying homage to Randy Savage, and then Sasha Banks paying homage to Eddie Guerrero with the frog splash. That will pick up the win for their team. So Natalya, Sasha, and Bayley walked out victorious tonight at Evolution over the Riot Squad. Sorry about that. The fifth match on the card was for the NXT Women's Championship. This was the first time ever that the NXT Women's title would be defended on WWE pay-per-view. It was Kairi Sane defending against Shayna Baszler. This one had a very tainted ending. Throughout the match, Shayna Baszler dominated. She went to work on Kairi Sane's arm. Basically, it was like Shayna dominated most of the match. Kairi fought back, looking like she was going to pick up the win. But it would end up on the outside of the ring, and Kairi Sane would toss Shayna into the crowd, into the front row, where Shayna's two friends of the four horsewomen of MMA, Marina Shafir, I think her name is, and Jessamine Duke were at ringside. They would wind up playing a major role in Shayna Baszler becoming the first ever two-time NXT Women's Champion, as she picked up the win via submission over Kairi Sane. So now WWE has the four horsewomen of MMA and the four horsewomen of WWE. That'll lead somehow down the road, but Shayna Baszler picking up the win over Kairi Sane with the help of Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, I believe her name is. I'm really bad with names, so Shafir. So big congratulations to Shayna Baszler for becoming NXT Women's Champion for the second time. The next match is one of the matches that I would recommend checking out if you do check out Evolution. It was the last woman standing match for the Smackdown Women's Championship. It was Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte Flair. This one was incredible. Both women, I mean, they put each other through a lot in this match. There were tables involved. There were chairs. There was ladders, kendo sticks. I mean, they pulled out everything. They did everything they could to each other to keep each other down for the 10 count. At one point, Charlotte looked like a zombie rising up from the rubble of like the commentators' chairs, tables, and stuff like that Becky was putting on top of her on the arena floor. And then she would go after Becky with a kendo stick near the end of the match. But Charlotte Flair would have another table set up on the other side of the ring, and she would put Becky on it, and then she would go to the top looking like she's going to hit a moonsault. But Becky, using her wit, got off the table and powerbombed Charlotte through the table from the top, or from the apron. She was standing on the apron, and Charlotte was on like the middle rope. And Becky powerbombed Charlotte through the table, and that was enough to keep Charlotte down for the 10 count. So Becky Lynch is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. But my hat's off to both of those women for putting on an amazing, incredible matchup at Evolution tonight. And now we move on to the main event. It was Ronda Rousey taking on Nikki Bella. Ronda Rousey defending her Raw Women's Championship. This one was okay. It was not that great. They did give it a little bit of time. The show ended at after 9. It was basically it was nothing really special. I mean, I think the only special part was Brie Bella, who was at ringside with Nikki, kept getting involved in the match to the point where Ronda had Nikki on her shoulders. Brie would get on the apron. Ronda would pull Brie on top of Nikki, on top of her shoulders, and hit that what looked to be like a Samoan drop type move. I don't know what she calls it, what Ronda calls it, but she would hit that move on both Nikki and Brie, and then a little bit later, Brie would get involved again, and then Ronda would toss Brie over the announce table, and basically, to make a long story short, Ronda would finish off Nikki with that armbar submission move, and that would be it, as Nikki would tap out, and Ronda Rousey is still the Raw Women's Champion. So a big victory for Ronda Rousey, proving once again her dominance on Monday Night Raw. So that was pretty much it for this show, Evolution. I thought it was a pretty decent show for what it was. I mean, there might not have been a lot of hype around it, but it was actually a pretty good show. I think if you're going to check out any of the matches, if you did not watch Evolution and you plan on checking any matches out on that show, one would have to be the Last Woman Standing match. The other one would probably be, that I would recommend, would be the Mae Young Classic Final. So those would be the two matches that I would check out, that I would really check out if they're for people that did not watch Evolution tonight. Those are the two matches I would recommend checking out. Other than that, the show was overall pretty decent. Nothing really bad about it. Every woman delivered, did their best, and did a great job putting on a show. So it was a pretty decent show. So with that being said, like I said, my thoughts on tonight's Evolution, I thought it was a pretty decent show. So with that being said, this has been my recap or review of what took place tonight at WWE Evolution, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.